Thanks so much for being here. Everybody can take a seat. So we're gathered here today to celebrate one of life's greatest moments, the joining of two lives. So Constance and Andy, or Constance and Andy, um, out of the ordinary routine of your life, the extraordinary has happened. You met, fell in love, and you're choosing to continue it today with your marriage. Romance is nice, but true love is much more meaningful than that. And it's that concept of love, which is really what we're here to celebrate. It's also a celebration for us. Like we get to watch you vow to spend the rest of your life together. And for us to be able to participate in that, it's one of the true pleasures of life. Plus we're on a beach. It's beautiful, and there will be drinks and food afterward, right? And so what could be better? A wedding party, you may now take your seat. So we're going to begin today by inviting one of the couple's longtime friends, Adrian, to come share a reading with us. Adrian?
Sorry. Okay. So, Constance and Andy asked me to read this poem. It is How Falling in Love is Like Owning a Dog by Taylor Malley. First of all, it's a big responsibility, especially in a city like New York. So think long and hard before deciding on love. On the other hand, love gives you a sense of security. When you're walking down the street late at night and you have a leash on love, ain't no one gonna mess with you. Because crooks and muggers think love is unpredictable. Who knows what love could do in its own defense? On cold winter nights, love is warm. It lies between you and lives and breathes and makes funny noises. Love wakes you up at all hours of the night with its needs. It needs to be fed so it will grow and stay healthy. Sometimes, love just wants to go out for a nice long walk. Because love loves exercise. It will run you around the block and leave you panting, breathless, pull you in different directions at once, or wind itself around and around you until you're all wound up and you cannot move. But love makes you meet people wherever you go. People who have nothing in common but love stop and talk to each other on the street. Throw things away, and love will bring them back. Again and again and again. But most of all, love needs love. Lots of it. And in return, love loves you and never stops.
Thanks, Adrian. That was great. So next we have Constance's sister, Jennifer. She's going to share another reading with us. Andy's soon-to-be sister, Jennifer.
Hi, everyone. Today we're reading from Union by Robert Fulghum. You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you have been making commitments in an informal way. All of those conversations that were held in a car or over a meal or during long walks, all those conversations that began with, when we're married, and continued with, I will, and you will, and we will. All those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe, and all those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we've promised and hoped and dreamed. Well, I meant it all, every word. Look at one another, not at me, And remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another: acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, even teacher. For you have learned much from one another these past few years. Shortly, you shall say a few words that will take you across a threshold of life, and things between you will never quite be the same. For after today, you shall say to the world, "This is my husband. This is my wife."
Thanks, Jennifer. That was great. Yeah, so now it's my chance to share my thoughts on marriage. I think some of you know this, but not all of you, and not many of you. But I was widowed at a young age, so I didn't tell the couple this, but this is my chance to share what I learned from my marriage, during the time I was married. So marriage, it's a great combination of a love affair and a heartfelt, lifelong friendship. But it's a partnership, right? And like any kind of partnership, it's not only about finding the right partner, it's about really being the right partner, like every day, and doing little things to make the partnership grow and thrive, right? So what that means are things like, saying I love you every day, because it's not the words themselves that matter, it's the fact that you say it, right? What actually shows your partner that you're not taking them for granted. It's about giving your partner some space, allowing them to change and grow, and be willing to change and grow with them, right? It's about treating them kindly, it's about appreciating them, it's about being generous with them, right? And none of these things is like a huge task, and it will never appear on your to-do list, right? But doing those little things every day, it really allows the partnership to thrive, right? And so you together as partners, you know, you can look at your life as like, a search, an elevation of, what's really good and beautiful in the world. And you as a couple, both, individually and together with your love, you'll also embody what's good in the world, right? And I'm just so happy for you guys. And, I'm just so honored to be here and share this with you. And yeah, I wish you all the best. Okay, so now that was the hard part for me. This is now the hard part for Andy and Constance, and the bridesmaid with the towel. So Andy and Constance have written their own vows, and in the spirit of sharing, they wanted to share them publicly with you here today. I actually have the vows in a little vows book. I could withhold the vows book if I really wanted to be impish.
Constance, you're the most beautiful, honest, caring, smart, and sweet person I know. You share your love and compassion with me and all of those around you. You're always thinking about how to make others feel happy, how to make others feel safe, how to make others feel empowered. Even when someone disappoints you, upsets you, or frustrates you, you never stop caring. This is an invisible blanket that you wrap around us, our families, and our friends. It brings warmth to my heart every day. We are forging an unbreakable bond between us today. You and I are an invincible team. There's no goal we cannot achieve, no conflict we cannot resolve, and no obstacle we cannot overcome. When I feel weak, you lend me your strength so that I can push past my limits. When I need the courage to stand up to fear, you stand next to me valiantly, helping me chase fear away. When I'm sad and searching for a smile, you find ways to tickle my heart, bringing laughter back into my day. You are always there for me in every way. I vow to cherish every minute with you as we journey through life together. I vow to give you the best of myself every day. I vow to always protect you from harm and whatever troubles come your way. And I vow to support you, to respect you, to honor you, and to love you unconditionally. I promise that when you're craving something sweet, I'll be waiting with a pint or two of Haagen-Dazs vanilla Swiss almond ice cream. I promise that when dog movies make you cry on the plane, I'll be there with a box of tissues to wipe away your tears. I promise that when you ask for ramen for the fourth day in a row, I'll pick you up after you're done eating. Constance, I promise that I will kiss you and tell you I love you every night for as long as we both shall live. I love you.
Are you ready? Do you want me to hold or are you gonna watch the mute button? You're good.
Andy, what stands out most about our relationship is how at home I've always felt with you. Moving from New York to the Bay Area and from there to Seattle, I've struggled to find a place that feels like home. But you've taught me the home is not a place, home is a person. Over the past 6 years, you've been by my side to remind me that who I am is exactly who I am supposed to be. What I love about you is that you always try your hardest in both work and play. You take care of everyone around you. You never ask for anything in return. Made me happier than I ever thought possible. I love that we are homebodies, but you're always willing to try a new adventure with me. I love that you value family above all else. I love that you don't take most things too seriously, unless it's meat or Twilight Imperium. I even love your dad jokes. With you, I've grown to be kinder, more thoughtful, and more confident. You've given me the courage to always dream bigger. You've given me the love I need to grow. Today, with my whole heart, I vow to continue building on top of our foundation of mutual respect. I vow to continue growing myself and continue supporting your growth so we can be better versions of ourselves. I vow to continue pushing our comfort zone to make sure every year is filled with adventure. I promise to strive to be kind and patient in all that we do, even when we're at our worst, even in the mornings. I promise to seal each night with a kiss and an I love you, even when we're time zones apart. I promise to learn new board games, and not just the ones that I can win. I vow to work to build a home for our family that's filled with love, laughter, positivity, and corgi barks. I vow to encourage and support your goals and ambitions. I vow to communicate openly and honestly with you and to create space for both our voices. I vow to love you as you are and not as I want you to be. I choose you, Andy, for who you are today and trust in who you will become tomorrow. Today, in the presence of our loved ones, I choose you. Andy, I love you, and I can't wait to write our next chapter.
Thanks, guys. That was beautiful. So, I encourage you to, bring kindness, build your marriage on the foundation of love and kindness that you've exhibited here today, and always treat each other and treat yourself with respect. Can I have you join hands? Or give me what you need so that you can join hands? Andy, do you take Constance to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Constance, do you take Andy to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
May we have the rings, please? Constance told me an interesting story that she really liked the idea of a ring, where this thing comes out of the earth. It's like almost like a rock. It's an element, right? And then it's kind of shaped and polished right into something that is very beautiful and becomes to symbolize their love. And then Andy was like, "Oh, kind of like our love, right?" And I was like, "Yes, Andy, exactly." Exactly like your love.
I, Andy, take thee, Constance, to be my wife, to have and to hold in sickness and health, for richer or for poorer, in joy and in sorrow. And I promise to love you. And I promise my love to you for as long as we both shall live.
I, Constance, take thee, Andy, to be my husband, to have and to hold in sickness and in health, for richer or for poorer, in joy and in sorrow. And I promise all my love to you for as long as we both shall live.
May we have the wedding party rejoin us? Andy and Constance, you're a beautiful couple. Remember this day and remember the love you feel for each other right now. With the power vested in me, I now pronounce you man and wife. This is your moment. You know what to do. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time as a married, first time as I present to you